Hello, and welcome to Mannequin Lane. We got Tony. This is my. There are a lot of Tonys in This Is My's. I have already seen 2, and apparently there's like a lot more. But anyway, this is the one with Kevin Bridges, Lee Mack, and Katy Wicks. I don't know who that is. I saw the Kevin Bridges, the horror story, which was absolutely hilarious. It was actually one of the very first WILTY things I've seen. It wasn't the first, but it was, you know, first 3 or 5 or whatever. Anyway, this has been on my, everything Kevin Bridges on WILTY has been on my list for quite a while, and for some reason I just never actually got around to it. So, because I know there's like compilations of, you know, certain characters, people, comedians that go on the show and they have that, and they're nice, but every time there's a This Is My on those compilations, you never get to hear like the 3 stories, and that kind of bums me out. So, we have this today. I already read that. I don't know. I don't think I have to read that again. So let's just watch.
Welcome. This week's special guest, Tony. Right, Kevin, we'll start with you. What is your relationship with Tony?
This is my mate, Tony. We were once questioned by the police for stealing a life-size cardboard cutout of Hugh Grant.
I can so believe that,
Katy,
though.
how do you know Tony?
This is Tony, and he freed me from a vending machine when I got my foot stuck in the push compartment.
But
Finally, Lee, how do you know Tony?
This is Tony, and until today, I had never met this man before, but the person that was supposed to be doing this tonight didn't turn up. So I grabbed the first person I saw outside the studio.
So there we have it. Kevin's partner in crime, Katy's snack machine saviour, or Lee's stand-in man. Right, David, off you go.
Well, Lee's one is quite difficult to cross-examine, isn't it?
right?
Essentially what Lee's saying is, here's Tony, he's a random bloke.
Basically, yeah.
But who was supposed to come, Lee?
Well, had it gone to plan today, I would have said, this is Graham, and he's my self-defence instructor, because I'm learning self-defence.
Right. What happened to Graham? Did he get beaten up?
The story I am told is that he hurt his arm this morning during a self-defence class, and then very late in the day, he got in the car to come here and had some turn because of the painkillers he was on and cancelled and said, I can't come.
Well, it's a sad old story.
Yeah. So what was Tony doing?
Oh, is that Robert Webb? How is he just, like, he just casually appeared? He wasn't in the title or anything, because he's not part of the, you know, he's the questioning side, but that was just so random. I thought I saw, I don't know why, I thought I saw the only episode Robert Webb was on. And it's, okay, it's better for you guys, but it's, like, so pixelated on my end. And I recognize him more for his voice than anything, because it's just right now it's like a pixel in a pink shirt. It's a David Mitchell pixel, and it's an older pixel on that side. I have no idea who that is.
So what was Tony?
Well, it's a sad old story.
Yeah. So what was Tony doing here before you found him?
He's a joiner, which is somebody that puts wood together.
Thank you.
I didn't want you thinking he was somebody that just randomly joined clubs.
He's just
Right.
a very sociable guy.
I'm a joiner. Where are you going? I'm going to join a club.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
The guy-wise, yeah, okay.
Where were you in the complex?
Well, I'm not sure how good this is for national television, but I'll tell you, David. I was just outside that door where some people go out for a cigarette. I think you're aware of that door, David.
I'm aware of the door.
I'm sorry if David's parents are watching to break the news like this. But David occasionally does that.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking cigarettes either.
I knew who was going
To
there.
me, it will always be the heroin door.
Oh.
What sort of incentive did you offer this good man to come here and make a complete numpty of himself?
Well, answer the man, Rob.
That was cool.
The rejected Chuckle brother has got the better of me again.
Take that.
Well, I mean, I must say,
Yeah.
Lee's story is incredibly plausible.
It's and incredibly tedious.
Yes, I mean, that's why it rings so true.
Kevin, your partner in crime. What did this man do with you?
I think crime's a strong word, Terry, from a man who has got arson in his past. We were questioned by the police.
No idea what they're talking about, but I can only imagine. Also, I totally think Tony is Kevin Bridges' friend just because they look similar. They look like they would be friends. You ever see Friends where they're just like copy paste of the same person? They're just like in the same person in different fonts or whatever. Like you can totally, they've been friends for so many years, they just start looking like each other. That's what I feel. I can totally see these guys running around doing stupid stuff, especially what they're claiming to have done.
To get arson in his past. We were questioned by the police, not charged, just questioned for stealing a life-size cardboard cut of Hugh Grant.
What were you going to do with Hugh Grant?
We'd went to Blockbuster Video, and nothing really caught my eye, except the
Whoa,
life-size
whoa,
cardboard.
whoa, not what?
Blockbuster Video, and nothing really caught my eye, except the life-size cardboard cut of Hugh Grant.
What? Sorry, I didn't understand a word of that.
We went to Blockbuster
half
Video.
of it.
I didn't understand a word of that.
We went to Blockbuster Video, okay? And nothing caught our eye, Terry.
Nothing caught our eye. Ah, that's what he said.
Nothing
Okay.
caught our eye, Terry.
Finally, he's talking normal.
Exactly.
To every Scottish person, if you just made a little bit of effort.
Right. 100%. Well,
I saw the scene of life-size cut.
that goes both ways, though, because whoever's listening, if they ever put a little bit of effort, sometimes it's literally you cannot understand a freaking word, no matter how much effort you put in. But more times than not, if you do put a little bit of effort in, you can go, oh, I think he's saying this, and be completely wrong.
Cut Hugh Grant on the way out. It was threatening to be a pretty dull evening until we seen this, and we thought we'll steal this and have a laugh
Wait, no.
on the way. It was
No,
threatening.
no.
I saw the scene of life-size cut Hugh Grant on the way out.
Yes.
It was threatening to be a pretty dull evening until we seen this, and we thought we'll steal this and have a laugh on the way back home. And we were walking home. A police car pulled up and said, "Where are you going with Hugh Grant, lads?" The police guy could not see the funny side at all and decided to put him in the passenger seat, put us two in the back, and drive. And drive us to the police station to be questioned.
We haven't touched on Katy yet.
No, we haven't.
Yes, you've been told about that, Terry. We told you quite clearly before we started.
Where was the vending machine?
It was at Cardiff Central train station.
What did the vending machine vend?
What is this thing you call love, human?
What does it vend? It vended the normal stuff, drinks, chocolate bars.
What were you doing with your foot in the vending machine?
Well, I put the money in.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get a drink, and I could see that it had come out a bit, but not properly.
Yeah.
And after trying to get out with my hands, I tried my foot.
And it got stuck.
Yes.
But was it a little hole or a big slot?
It was like a tray thing.
And how did this fine man help you?
He was working at the train station,
Yeah.
and he's clocked it and came along and said, "Do you want a hand?"
And you said...
Absolutely freaking love that every story and every time one of these three talk, Tony smiles like, "Yep, that was me." Or, "Yep, I've been there. I was doing that." Like, he's making it so much harder because sometimes they only kind of react to one and it's like gives it away. But he's like reacting to everybody like everything is just so possible. Even though this is completely ridiculous. Who puts their foot in a vending machine?
We must keep in touch.
Right?
Can I have your email address?
We didn't stay in touch, but I knew how to find him.
How did you
Because
find
he's
him?
still working at Cardiff train station, Cardiff Central.
But what I don't understand, right? The
Go
thing's
on.
fallen down.
Yes.
And you're having difficulty getting it out with your hand. Now,
Correct.
hands are basically better than feet.
Yes.
Sort of thing. I wonder why you sort of think, if the hand can't do it, why is the foot going to develop the knack?
Right?
No, my logic was, I tried with the hands,
Was there?
and I thought sort of a kick, brute force, you know, might work instead. That was the logic.
Was it the sort of door? You know, because often the slot at the bottom has got a sort of door, hasn't
Yes,
it?
it had a
I
door.
offered slot, and she called it a tray.
Yeah, it's not a tray, is it?
Dude, Mr. Webb is a spicy today. He has got his detective skills on, man. He is not buying a word this lady is selling. Mrs. Katy Wicks, I don't know who you are, what you're famous for, but you should have done better than this. I really hope it's not true.
A tray.
A tray would be removable. Yeah, it's not a tray, is it?
It's not a tray.
A tray would be removable.
This is like good cop, guy by cop.
How did he release the foot? What exactly did he do?
He had a key to open the front bit.
So you just went back and whoa!
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Well, what do you think is the most plausible story then, Terry? Do you think it's...
I think, and once again, I may be putting my faith, as indeed I have throughout my life, in a woman.
So you believe Katy?
Hey.
He looks Welsh.
I think Lee or Kevin. I'm having some
Guys, I
difficulty.
need some consensus.
I'm having trouble picturing the foot lodged in the tray.
So if you're saying you're going towards Lee, you have to then accept that he is having self-defense lessons.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because if, you know...
Why are you getting self-defence lessons?
Well, because my...
They said he looked Welsh, but to me he looks like he could straight up be Scottish, no? I feel like he's Kevin's friend.
My wife decided to take self-defence lessons, and she asked me to come with her. We have private lessons, and he comes round to the house.
I wasn't expecting it. It was on the NHS.
I've thrown money at the problem.
What are you going to say then, chaps? Is Tony Kevin's Hugh Grant thief? Gosh, crikey, gosh. Katy's vending machine hero or Lee's last
Wait, was that
resort?
supposed to be Hugh Grant?
Kevin's
Impression?
Hugh Grant thief? Gosh, crikey, gosh. Katy's vending machine hero or Lee's last resort?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, dear.
I think maybe Kevin. Kevin. I think I'll go for Kevin.
And
Why
you
does
think
it
it's
say
Katy. I don't know. So I'm going to say we think it's Katy.
OK. Tony, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm
Oh,
Tony.
wait. Damn it! I kind of sort of heard it, but I really hope he has, like, the thickest accent ever.
Tony, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Tony, and me and Kevin did steal a life-size Hugh Grant
I
tattoo.
love it! Yes! He even has a similar voice. Awesome.
Were there any charges?
No, it was a caution.
And you're proud of it, aren't you? I can see that there's a real pride in your face.
Yeah.
You feel you should have a Duke of Edinburgh award, don't you? Thank you very much, Tony.
Well, he looks
That is great, dude. Oh, I love a little fist bump at the end. Dude, it totally looked like they could have been friends. Also, who could believe the foot story? That made no sense. And Lee Mack, we all know he's almost never truthful or right or anything, especially after so many years on the show. So it's usually between the other two, and the other two were just very, very... Also, there was nothing in Kevin's story that didn't, like, no alarms were set off, like, wait, that doesn't add up, or that doesn't make sense, or wait, he said this, but that, and then what? Like, it was all just normal. Well, in his accent, but it was all just like a normal story. Like, yeah, we went there and we stole it. So that was great. This guy is fun. And what I'm so curious here. David Mitchell's tennis match with a bumbling bee. What? And this is the Kevin Bridges thing. And I prefer to watch Kevin Bridges. I prefer to watch everybody's segments, like, on their own instead of the compilations, because again, you just miss out so much on the compilations. So I think there's some people that I wish they were on the show more. And when I saw that his compilation, because there's compilations that are like very long, and his is only like 22 minutes, and like 10 minutes is the horse story. So what was he on? 3 times? That's it. That's disappointing. Anyway, there you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have been a fantastic audience. I'm assuming. I'm actually tired. It's late at night, and when I get a little sleepy, I get like loopy, like I get silly for some reason. So it's like a good time to do reactions, because I'm like, I get in a really good mood when I'm sleepy. It's weird. Like I'm not like a child. Like it's just grumpy when I need a nap. For some reason, life is just funnier when I'm sleepy. And things just are like easier. So yeah. And no, I'm not on anything. I'm just weird, okay? I promise. Anyway, guys, yes, whatever you're off to do, have a fantastic one. I wish you all extremely well. Are these 3 people in This Is My? Jenna Thomas and Joanna. I was going to say Joanna. All right. It's weird to have 3, right? But whatever. There's also, I have so much to watch, jeez. I have so much WILTY to watch. So much like in general, but I have a lot of what I like to watch. So we'll get that done. At some point, there will be a point in my life. You know, I don't even remember where, but I was talking one day, one of these days, I was talking about bucket lists and stuff. And my particular bucket list is more like watching certain things and trying certain foods. It's not like freaking the stuff that, you know, Carl is doing in his little Anyte Abroad season 2. Like, it's not his list, but the bucket list. I mean, my stuff is more simple. Like, I don't know. Watch certain movies. Complete all of what I like to, you know? Eat something. I can't even think of something I always wanted to try and have never tried. That's because I'm sleepy, because I know there's a lot of those. But anyway, yeah. What am I talking about? I'm gonna go, dude. I need to sleep. I need to sleep for sure. But anyway, there we go. This was what it was. And I will be around, guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the support. You guys are amazing. Goodbye. Good night.